Homegrown Radio.
Welcome to Homegrown Soul Cafe with myself, Thuso Mokoena. It's a name and a surname, you know that it's serious. But I'm not flying solo.
It's your boy Toby, aka Toby. I did say it twice, you know that I mean it, and...
Bokang, Mokhete. Did you hear that? Okay, I'm one in a million. So they can never find me just anywhere.
Teaser.
Where's the shit be? You're helping us.
Okay, I'm the chic bee.
Yes, sir.
Today we're going to be talking about the cyberspace and the influence that the cyberspace has in individuals' lives. I mean, the cyberspace is such a huge space. I mean, and I think most of us, when we wake up, the first thing you do is reach for your phone. I don't know whether you check Instagram, Facebook, or your WhatsApp, but social media is in the mix of all of that. And most of the time, you wake up feeling good in the morning, you know, it's a good morning, the sun is shining bright, you know, and you go on social media and you see somebody and you're like, this person is doing better than I. And it just takes a toll on your mood, and now you're feeling pressurized, you're feeling like you're not enough, you're feeling worthy, you're feeling all these negative emotions. Actually, exactly, you're feeling insecure and all these negative emotions.
You feel like an unwatered plant. Have you ever seen an unwatered plant? It's just...
There.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're wilted the whole way. So this thing of, you know, the culture of us, you know, waking up again, the first thing we see is our phone, right? And you get into whatever app you get into. Whatever app you get into, there's always going to be comments about something. There's always going to be a picture of something and your suggestions. You know what the thing is as well? When you search whatever you search within these engines, there's your suggestions. So the pattern is never going to break. You're always going to wake up and something new within that thing. Yo, Rihanna's looking so beautiful. Then the next day she's at that Met Gala, and then the next day it's like, and you're trying to keep up with that. Where now you're here, you go to Chase and Yama trying to look like, you know, Rihanna. And it's like, you know, sometimes understand where you are from, what you are from, and then don't forget where you come from as well, and what you have at the moment. What do you think?
I think so too, because we compare ourselves to other people so much that we don't even look at our situations. You know, you wake up, you see Rihanna looking all beautiful. What you forget is that Rihanna didn't just get there. At some point, she was at the bottom.
True.
She went out, and then, well, now she's living her best life.
Yeah.
So don't compare yourself to other people. You need to start working on yourself, work on your dreams, and someday you'll also get there.
Social media has kind of created a community. Not even kind of, it's created a community that influences culture on us, influences how we think, how we dress, and certain personalities we should have, you know. And we were talking with Toby earlier about girls and boys cross-dressing, you know. Right now it's a thing that girls gonna wear baggy pants, baggy clothes. I mean, I could rock up wearing guy clothes. It's not gonna be a big issue. But as it is, maybe Toby could rock up wearing everything and his makeup like piano is gonna be like,
And bring on the meals.
And
already the conversation is not just about fashion. It now starts taking a turn into sexuality.
Exactly.
You know, and I think social media plays a very huge role when it comes to that, you know, because I think there will be confusion when it comes to sexuality and just your fashion sense. You know, a kid could literally see somebody, some male figure wearing a dress, and they start now wanting to wear a dress. They saw that, but they don't understand where it comes from. They don't understand what it's about, and it now takes a turn into sexuality. They get confused, they don't know what's going on. And
you know, because on social media, people like the public people who are in the public play a huge role in the media, you know, because we look up to them. They are actually our role models. So whatever they do, as kids, as people who are watching, we want to be more like them. So whatever they do it always seems right? Yeah, so it has a huge influence as us, you know, I mean, to us as individuals.
Another thing that I see as well is that there's defeminizing there's demasculation, right?
A little bit.
So demasculizing is basically stripping a male off of them being masculine. Defeminizing is stripping a female off of being female, right? So for example, I'm gonna take it back to school as well, right? Because that's where the ruthless comes in. They say whatever they want, right? You're a dude, you know that I know about Spider-Man and Superman, and that's where I am, right? And you know that no, girls have cooties, and I shouldn't go there because it's just how you are, and vice versa, right? Now you get a female, right, a little child, and they tell her, "How no, but this dress doesn't suit you, or you don't look nice in this, and there's no boys that are approaching you, or there's everything that's against you." Now that there's a culture of coming out and all of that stuff, now it's easy for you to not be a she anymore. Now you want to become young mom. Now you want to become something else, right? Which there's no problem with that, but the problem is the people that influence that change. Because now you don't want to be like, okay, it's so hard being a girl. Like, what if I be a boy? What happens? Right? And I see so many boys getting girls, like beautiful girls like this. Like, I want that certain love. I don't think it's a point of I want to change into this. It's just that I want that certain love or that feel of belonging. So if I don't belong in me being a boy, let me try belong and see if right. And then there's some people who are foot in foot out, which is the bi. So they want to see I love both sides, and I want and it just affects a whole lot of things in terms of self-esteem, because they don't want to be who they are, right? And then there's people who are actually that, right, and they still get teased, right? No, this is who I am, and I'm comfortable in my skin. But then you'll get the boys who'll be like, you're weak, you're like a little whatever, and they call you names, and then it causes depression.
It's like okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying. Even on social media, when you go through the pictures, you see pictures of women who have like enlarged their hips and stuff, and so you get to believe that as a woman you've got to have that vivacious body. I mean, if you're tiny like me, you end up feeling like, okay, I'm not good enough. An African lady must have huge hips, and stuff like those.
That's a huge stereotype.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So social media really, like, it has a huge impact.
It does.
I wanted to take it back to you, Toby. Is there like a difference between sexuality and gender?
There is actually a difference. That's a very good question, because your gender is what you were born, right? It's what was given to you. You didn't choose it. Sexuality is what you choose. You don't choose gender, you choose your sexuality, right? So, example of the pronouns. I think we all know the pronouns. No, I'm not. Don't refer to me as him or
I'm they.
I'm they. I'm them. I'm there.
Yeah.
Right. So then there's what is it called? Non-gender.
Non-binary.
Something like that. Non-gender confirmation. Something like that. Right. Where they're not a boy. They're not a girl. I'm just a person.
It's non-binary.
Non-binary. Right. Yes. So yeah, and then it's like now people get to choose their sexuality. I choose to be this, even though I was born this.
What do you think about that?
Well, someone choosing to be a certain gender, even though they were born that way. I think it goes back to what you said. They don't feel like they fit in their own gender, so they're just trying to see how they would feel if they were a different gender. Yeah.
Because they see that gender gets more love.
You see.
And it's a misconception, right? A lot of times it's a misconception because sometimes it's about the people you're around.
You know, it starts as an internal thing and then goes out into the society.
The world, right.
And I think after you've accepted yourself and I identify as, and then now you want other people to see you as that. I think it's a conversation that the world is currently having to say that now. How do I approach Bokang that does not want to identify as she? Just an example. That does not want to identify as she. And I see it's a girl, and I just kind of, okay, yeah, she's a girl, and he's like, I'm not gonna do that. Don't. I'm there, how do we open conversations like that? How do we approach conversations like that?
I had a close friend. We've been playing football since we were like 3 together. And last year, like around June, that's when he told me that, he's coming out, right? So for years and years, we've been boys, right? And all we've been talking about is, boy stuff, and, we'd say certain things. You know how boys are, they go far with what they tease. They probably even tease their community. Now with my speech, so you're talking about approaching that situation, right? And now I have to be careful at times, right? Because now my friend is like that. Now I have to be, it gave me a different perspective, because it's like, wow, even people around me can even change a certain perspective. The same person is like, I'm not for that. It's for that, right? Now I'm like, damn, like, what do I now talk about? What do we talk about now? The conversation is now different.
Right?
Yeah, it's not different.
Do you have an
experience? How do you handle it? Like, do you know how you can handle it?
Before I never used to handle it at all. I just used to avoid it because I know myself. I have no filter, so I'll say whatever. But now I've learned to kind of accept that at the end of the day, we have one life. We have choices that we need to make, right? And if we make that choice as a decision, because remember God gave us a brain for us to take decisions. That's Him literally saying, hey kids, I'm giving you this responsibility. Whatever you do with it is what you do with it, right? So I need to understand. It doesn't necessarily mean I need to understand what He's doing. I just need to be there as another human being. Because also, if you cut to me, please red blood, I will red blood at the same time. You understand? So that's how I just approach it as, yo, how you doing? This and that. It's not your show face now. It's not that, because then you're offended.
Okay. So my question is, I never really understand if this person who really feels insecure and whatever, and social media is making them feel some type of way. What do you think they should do when they go through posts, when they see their friends and they feel like their friends are actually far in life than they are? What do you think they should do? What should they do so that whatever goes on social media doesn't have an impact on them? Like,
I think it goes back to knowing yourself as a person. You need to know your strengths, your weaknesses, you know what triggers you, And I think you need to understand that social media is not real. I put up what I want you to see. I could literally go to bed hungry, but I don't know, tell you that, what, I'm having the best time of my life.
I'm in Dubai.
And I'm down, whatever, And I've never been to Dubai. I don't even know where you catch a plane. All I know is short left, But I can literally pose an idea that I'm living the life, And I think you just need to accept yourself for who you are. Know yourself, know your boundaries, and know what you can do. Like you made an example earlier to say that people would want to be a certain person, but you don't know what that person has been through to get through that. They've probably been through battles that if it were you, you're going to die.
And the thing about social media is you don't post everything.
No.
Like when we're having bad days, we rarely post that up.
That's true.
Like when you're in bed and you haven't bathed yet, you don't even post your picture. But wait till you're going to town, baby.
Be my advice, switch off your phone.
Switch it off.
Don't switch off your phone. Look, and I understand that you're about to say, it's not that easy because we're in a digital space.
Exactly.
And it's kind of hard, and the internet is for everyone. I understand that. But also, like Thuso said, it ties into how much do you really care enough for yourself that you don't actually care about what the person's saying, so that I don't give, the type of energy about what people say should be implemented. You should be, I think another thing can help is people are not busy enough. People are not invested in what they're doing within their life. There's so much into what she or he's doing that they're not moving. So it's more about how big, so keep yourself busy doing things, and then you won't have to look at Instagram or whatever it is. And when you can be that for real, you know what I'm saying? Or you don't even have to be on the ground. Like for myself, I'm there, but I'm not there.
I not on the bed as the blue bed on the bed. It's not a thing for me.
Hey,
It's not a thing.
it's not. But just to kind of close it off as well, I think that a lot of these things you can't really get to a conclusion. You can't really conclude, because there's new things that happen every single time. There's new trends, this new trend, that. Who can do better at those trends? The smart thing is that there's algorithms that play. Oh, this Umlando challenge. Oh, this, that. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, oh, but I don't want to stop it. This is so cool, right? And then you just want to be a sheep everywhere instead of being a shepherd.
Yeah, you're following the crowd, and that's how we wrap it up right here on Soul Cafe, Homegrown Soul Cafe, and it's brought to you by Homegrown Radio. My name is Thuso. It's the name and the surname, you know that it's serious.
That's right, it is your boy Toby, aka Toby. I did say it twice, so you know that I mean it.
And I am Bokang, Mokhete, the shake big.
Oh. We out.